Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome to the Swell Suite. Me and Tanisha. How are you, Tanisha?
I'm good. It is the first time we've talked to the new year.
Yeah, this is our first show of the new year.
That's crazy, but I mean, it makes sense. We've kind of just started the year. We haven't gone that far.
That we are going into year 5 of podcasting? Isn't that crazy?
For who? What are you talking about?
Yeah. For us, we're going into year 5.
Wait, really?
We've been doing this for a long time. Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Huh.
Think about it. You lived in DC when we started this.
Did I?
Yeah,
okay,
you lived here. You lived here.
Oh, then yeah, that's definitely 5 years. Because I've been here 5 years. So yeah,
exactly.
That's right.
Isn't that wild?
Bro, that's nuts.
Crazy.
All right. Well, happy anniversary.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Happy anniversary. Oh, we forgot introductions. If this is your first time listening to our show, I'm Sarita. You can follow me at Vine Me Up. And you can follow the Swirl Suite podcast. And I'm here with Girl Meets Glass, Tanisha Townsend. She lives in Paris.
That's me.
Yes, she lives in Paris.
Right. 5 years of me getting up at 1 a.m.
Okay, holla. You know what? Gold star. You deserve a gold star. But I mean, you kind of drink stars. You drink champagne, so you know. There it is.
That happens.
Yeah. We're going to be talking about wines on a dime. And we did a similar show January of 2019. And it went really well. And I wanted to go back to that topic and talk about wines you can find on a dime. And we have a very special guest that's going to join us. William, how are you?
Oh, I'm very well, thank you. And Happy New Year. And how are you all?
Happy New Year. We're good.
Wonderful. So
I still don't fully believe that it's the new year. If I'm honest.
Isn't it crazy? The holidays went by so fast.
It's like a time warp the older I get.
Oh gosh, who are you telling? So Will, tell everybody who you are and what you do in wine.
Oh my goodness. I mean, it's actually a day job now, but I guess it's also kind of like a hobby. So
okay.
Yeah.
How did you get started? Yeah. What's your backstory? How'd you get into wine?
Well, let's just say when I was younger, and let's say I was 21, because honestly, I don't remember if I was 21. I started, I got interested in wine, and I would get, a new bottle or two, every week. But, so this is probably, I don't know, 11 years ago or something. I was spending no money on it, but at that time, even at that time, my curiosity was starting to get, piqued, I think. And I was like, oh, let me try the Merlot this week. Let me try the Cab this week. Let me try Chardonnay that's $7.99.
Sure.
But I was noticing that there was something going on there. And at some point, probably when I was a little bit older, my dad invited me to this a wine class at Total Wine, which I don't want to sound snobby, but I'm kind of I don't know if I would do a wine class at Total Wine now, but then again, they're $20, so maybe I would. I don't know. But it was Zinfandels, all from the same winemaker from different vineyards, and I just remember my head exploding. I was just what is happening here? Because they were all different. So, long story short, all those things kind of got me interested, and then I wanted a new job, and I decided to take a wine class, and I've kind of just been working in the wine industry ever since. So
cool. And so when did you start your wine blog?
I think that was, so honestly, towards the end of 2017 or maybe summer of 2017, I literally had just found out about Instagram, okay? And no seriously. And I was just like posting a little bit about wines or whatever. And then over time, like when more people were, you know, like talking to me and it seemed like more people were like following me, I started taking it more seriously. And then I started trying to like blog a little bit, but honestly, I don't that much. But yeah.
I don't think any of us do, for real.
A few times a year, I get something out of me.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, for us that started wine blogging first, the industry has changed and people don't read as much. They want visual content.
Yes.
They want visual content. They want videos and they want audio. Oh no, that, I mean, I still write because I still have a blog. I still have people that read it, but most of my efforts go into social media. So
I know. Me too.
No, I understand. And so where do you work now?
There was, before I answer that, at one point I did have a blog, like before Instagram was really a thing, where I put all my vegetarian like recipes. I'm not vegetarian anymore, but it was so corny. But like, I remember back then, if you just blogged about one thing specifically, it was a lot like what social media is now. And people would, a few people, maybe not like a ton of people, but people would like check it out, you know?
Yeah.
And so that was like my first taste of like, it wasn't really wine, it was food, but it was kind of my first taste.
Nice. How long were you a vegetarian?
How long? Probably, let's see, November 2017 is when I stopped.
Oh, wow.
So let's see, from age like 18, probably like 8 or 9 years.
Oh, wow.
That's a while.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
You know, it was actually wine that like...
That brought you back to meat?
Right. Because I wanted to learn the wine pairings and I got curious.
Okay.
It wasn't only that, but that was a big part of it.
Wine will do it.
Wine will bring you back to the meat.
But to this day, I pride myself on understanding like vegetarian wine pairings, and I think that's still valuable. So
yeah, awesome. Yes. Back to my question. Where do you work now? You work at a really cool place.
At Loca Vino in downtown Silver Spring. Yeah.
It's a really cool wine shop. And it's a cafe too, so you can get something to eat. And it's very casual. Food. And you can wear sweatpants in there. The last time I was in there, I was dressed down.
It's very casual.
Are there some places you can't wear sweatpants?
Well, I think that wine related, yeah.
Oh, okay. Fancy.
I dare someone to actually say something to me though. Unless they have like a dress code posted or on their website, because that would be screwed up.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't wear sweatpants if I felt like it was super fancy.
Yeah. But, you know, I heard that the new Pursuit is super fancy now, and I don't know if I would wear sweatpants there now.
Wait, new? Did they move or something?
Yeah, they moved up the street. They're still on 8th Street, but they got a bigger spot. So,
you know,
but they changed the menu, and it's paninis instead of grilled cheese sandwiches, and it looks all shishi now.
Well,
changing it to panini alone, you can't wear sweatpants in there.
I don't go to 8th Street that much, and it's weird because living in Silver Spring, you don't have to take the metro that far to go to the
it's
station.
pretty far. Yeah.
Well, it's not that many stops, like Silver Spring.
But it's
Union
just not
Station.
Near a metro.
Yeah, it's like a long walk.
Well, it's closer to Union Station now because it's further up 8th Street, but it's still a walk.
That's true.
Yeah.
I end up like doing anything that I can get to from like 16th Street or like Georgia Avenue because I'd rather walk to the bus than go on the metro. It's so weird. I don't know. I just feel like that's more convenient for some reason.
It's not weird at all. So where do you hang out other than your job in Silver Spring or near Georgia Avenue? Do you hang out anywhere in particular?
Well, I was going to say that like we have really curated wine, and so like in the sense of we don't have like we have some expensive wine, but a lot of it's really well priced, but it was like chosen carefully. And so a lot of times if I'm not working, I actually will go there to hang out if I want wine. And it's not because I work there, and like obviously I want to support them, but it's not only because of that. It's because I know that I can find a wine that I like that's not like, here, have a marked up Apothic Red, which is like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
No, but that's a good compliment, though, when you work a place and then you still go there to hang out.
Yeah.
But some people, like, as soon as they leave work, they're like, and I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm not coming back until I clock in and put my apron on whenever my next shift starts. So, no, that says a lot about the place. So that's a good thing.
I like Quarry House. Has anyone been?
What is it?
Quarry House in Silver Spring. It's like, I guess it's been there for ages or something, and it had kind of like a cult following. It's like in the basement of a building. It's not like a real speakeasy where you wait outside and they come find you or whatever. I don't know if anyone's ever gone to like a speakeasy where like you have to just stand around and someone just appears with a top hat and they're like, you can come in now.
Yeah.
I went to one like that once. It's not like that, but it's in a basement and like there's not really a big sign. And then it like burned down and then it like reopened.
And it's called Quarry House?
Yeah, Quarry House or the Quarry House. I don't know which is official.
Okay.
And, yeah. But they basically have like a lot of beer and like, it's just like, I feel like it's where you go at like 9 p.m. when you just want to have like a shot and a beer and like just be in the dark. I don't know. It's always packed. I don't know.
So our topic today, we are going to talk wines on a dime. So particularly wines $15 and under. I know I can talk wines that are $10 and under, but I stuck with 15 for you guys. Where do you find your wines for $15 and under? All right. You can go first, Will.
So the first thing I wrote down, I literally got a Google doc and I just wrote stuff for every question because I knew I would forget. The first thing I wrote down was I avoid the grocery store for this.
Sure. Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people are like, oh, cheap grocery store wine. But what they might forget is that, or actually not forget, they might not know that it's like big national distributors that really control that.
Yeah.
And I like will try to go to any like kind of smaller wine store. Like if I'm out and I need to pick up something, just any smaller wine store, even like, I don't have a good example off the top of my head, but I figure anything that they have for a value is probably going to be like from a little bit of like a smaller producer or something and be like a little bit better. But I won't go somewhere that judges you if you ask for a lower price. Like they should have something, I think. Where they're like judgy, like no. But like most places should have a range of prices, I would say.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Tanisha, what about you? Tell us where you get your wines.
Oh gosh, it depends on where I am. There are a couple
exactly. But exactly.
Yeah. No, you're fine. And it depends on also what it's for and what I'm doing. I will go to a grocery store if I am going to a party or someone's house and I know they're not that into wine or wine's not that much of a thing for them.
Good point.
If it is, say, a special occasion or someone is actually into wine or I'm trying to do a pairing for myself, I'll go to a wine shop. And not even a chain wine shop. There are a couple of smaller wine shops that I have in my neighborhood, and I'll go to one of those, ask a couple questions, and try something new.
Nice.
And I can even give them my price point of what I want. I usually, I think I'm usually under 15 euro for mine. So.
But isn't French wine in France cheaper?
Absolutely.
How much is champagne
especially
there?
With this whole tariff thing. Oh my god.
Absolutely. Yeah. Right. I might end up being a French wine smuggler. That
might be please,
you would make so much money.
Might be a new career. You were saying how much is champagne? I can get one of the champagne houses I visit on my tours. Their house style champagne is 17.
Wow. Never ever seen that.
So good.
It's okay. We have Cremant.
You do, yes. Yeah. And then we can get that for about $7.
Oh my god.
No.
For me, I go to a few places, and like you guys, it depends on where I am. But as far as big stores, Total Wine and Costco, those are the big stores I'll go to. Even Trader Joe's. There aren't that many Trader Joe's, so I have to be in a specific area. But yeah, Costco, Total Wine, and Trader Joe's. But for like smaller wine shops, Wardman's, that's where Julia works, Julia Coney.
Oh, I like that one.
Yeah, in Brooklyn. And O-Line in Beltsville.
Oh, I've been there like once.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one. They'll have some nice wines that are under $15. And there's a little, so this shop is a little rough around the edges, but you can find a diamond in the rough. It's called the Village Pump. It's on Greenbelt Road, and I think it's considered Greenbelt. It's on Greenbelt Road, right next to College Park. But it's very old. It sits by itself, but they have a lot of beer and they have a lot of wine. And every now and then I'll find something like, that's interesting. Let's try that. And that's very close to my job, so I pop in there every now and then.
Back when I used to live in Fort Washington, I'm trying to remember the name of that place. It was a wine shop that was really good. They had an amazingly great selection. Yes, that really. And the reason I said they surprisingly had an amazing selection because I was expecting that response from people. and it's actually like a known wine shop. Okay, now I got to Google it. So you all carry on with your conversation while I try to find this place.
Is Fort Washington where they have that big cemetery? Or am I thinking of something else?
You may be thinking of something else.
I have no idea. Let's cut that out.
So what do you
edit?
So what are you drinking?
It's a Verdicchio. Oh gosh, I'm gonna butcher my Italian. It's a Verdicchio dei Castelli di. Do they say Yacy or JC? I don't even know. Classico. So,
Tanisha, did you find the wine shop?
Oh yes, Cilicia. It's on Livingston Road.
Really? Oh, yeah. I'm so surprised.
Yeah.
I wanted to add too that I sometimes go to the grocery store, but like I said earlier that I avoid it, but like I will if it's convenient, and it depends on who I'm trying to like get the wine for. But sometimes like the Italian and French stuff is not that bad for under 15 at the grocery store. Yeah. For some reason, under 15 California, I'm kind of like meh about.
Sure.
And also, living in Montgomery County, only one grocery store each chain is allowed to carry wine.
Yeah.
So it's, when you live next to the DC line, honestly, if I don't buy it at work, it's a lot easier to just walk or like go somewhere in DC and buy the wine. So
true.
Yeah, because it's easier for them to get it.
Oh, I forgot one other place that I go to when I'm in the area. I'm rarely in Shaw, but when I'm in Shaw, I'll go to Gran Cata because they have Spanish-speaking country wines in Argentina and Spain, and a lot of those are under $15 and under, and they have a really good selection.
I never go anywhere during the day. If I was by these places during the day, I'd go buy more wine.
Why you gotta go there during the day?
No, I'm saying like I always end up there like someone wants to get together or something, so I end up by the wine stores like later at night. It's
gotcha.
Like, I don't feel like carrying it or something. Yeah.
I understand. So do you guys have any go-to like regions or grapes that are under $15 that you can tell people about?
South of France for me. Yeah, South of France for me.
Me too.
So Languedoc and Roussillon, you can definitely get those for under. Like I know even before I moved here, I used to drink the white Picot de Panay, and that was about $7.
I love that.
And that's so refreshing in the summer. That's about $7 or $8. But now when I do other wines from Languedoc, you can get those $9, $10, maybe $11 if you're being fancy. So that is always my go-to region for if I'm looking for something a little lower price.
Sometimes I can find like Côtes du Rhône or I think it's Côte du Rhône, the S is silent, but I'm American, dang it.
So pronounce that S.
Yeah, it's Côtes du Rhône. Frenchies. Sometimes I'll see them for like $11.99 and they're often pretty darn good for $12. I mean, it's not Côte Rôtie, but I'm not trying to buy that every day.
Yeah. Like, who can? Oh my gosh.
Well, how much is Côte Rôtie in France, though?
And I was just about to say it's still expensive here, so I still don't do Côte Rôtie or Saint Joseph. Yep, no, I still don't drink those that often.
I got one on sale for like $55, which I felt like was good in US dollars.
Oh, okay, so it's not that much, but they're might be like 25, 30, 35.
The euro's like almost the same as the dollar, right?
Which is sad and disappointing. I just knew I was going to come back to the States and be like, yes, I'm rich. But no, I'm not. I'm average.
There's one affordable wine that I can find in, like, it doesn't even have to be like fancy, just like a wine shop where there's like someone on the staff who's like, you know, picking the wines even a little bit. Like, it doesn't have to be fancy or it doesn't have to have like a specific mission necessarily, but I see it in this area. I don't know. Actually, my friend also can find it in North Carolina, but if anyone knows the Rubis wines, a lot of those are under 15. And if anyone knows Kaisela, the distributor, like in Virginia, that's like their label, and they go to the places and they find the wines. So there's like a Rubis white from like the south, I want to say it's like the southeast of France or something. It's like $8.99, but pretty good for the price. Like pretty darn good.
I've had a red Rubis.
They have like a Zin that's like $10.99 and is like really good for the price.
Yeah, I've had the Zin. Yeah, it was pretty good.
So that's something to look for.
Yeah.
Don't buy Apothic Red. Can we get sued for saying that?
No.
I hate it so much.
And it is such a go-to. It's like, how did that get so popular?
Even like cheap Malbec at the grocery store is better than that.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
It's so and then I just saw that they have one with like cold brew coffee added, and I'm like,
ew.
What are they getting drunk? Are they getting buzzed? Like, what are they doing?
They have a rosé too. I know.
Cheap rosé is so hard.
Yeah,
so hard.
I agree. And
it doesn't even have to be that expensive, the rosé, but just like certain ones that just drink cheap. I don't know how to explain it.
You just did. That's exactly how you explain it.
Exactly. I'm actually drinking a Kirkland.
Oh yeah.
Pinot Noir from Russian River Valley. It's okay. I think this was about $8.
Is it jammy? Is it jammy?
It's no, it's not very big for a California Pinot, but it's not.
California Pinot is jammy, and I'm like,
yeah,
what?
But it's not stunning either. It's it's meh, a house wine for somebody. It's okay.
Never buy the house wine at a restaurant. It's usually the most marked up.
Yep. But it's doing the trick today. I'm gonna drink it. Wines I like, everybody knows that I'm obsessed with cavas, and they're typically $15 and under.
Such a value.
Yeah.
So many good ones.
And you mentioned Malbec. Argentinian Malbecs are bomb. I like some Southern Rhones that aren't too expensive.
Yeah.
Those are great. Some Austrian wines aren't too expensive. I like Gruners.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You can find a reasonable Albarino around $15 sometimes. But those are my go-tos. Let's see, did I write anything else down? Oh, in Wardman's, there's one for $15 called Travery, and it's a brut. I think it's from Washington or Oregon. I can't remember.
I think I've heard of that or tried it or something. I've tried so many wines.
Oh, gosh.
Right.
So
it's like, how do you keep up?
Yeah.
I'm doing like a Vivino now, but
nice.
I like forget to do it half the time.
Yeah, I was gonna say that I don't need to add anything else to my to-do list.
Yeah, Traveries, yes, Washington. Yeah, but my suggestion to people is just find a good wine shop and get to know the staff. You know, they'll be able
That
to.
is literally the best suggestion ever.
Seriously. Mm-hmm.
Like, we've been preaching that since the beginning of time, so 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And a thing about wine shops is like, if they're nerdy, and even if like some of the staff know a lot, but everyone knows a little bit, it means that they're trying to make sure that they have people who are at least trying to care about the wine.
Yeah.
And a good wine shop should understand value, and the concept of value in wine, I think, is like mistaken a lot as always cheap. But to me, value wine is what is good and why at any price point. So to me, a good wine shop should be able to ask you, what do you like? How much do you want to spend, and recommend something that is a value for your criteria, even if it's $80, even if it's $15. Like,
yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and also know their inventory. That is something that is so important and so huge that people don't think about, and that's something that you're not going to get if you're just at Harris Teeter and asking them for a wine.
Yeah.
If you're in a wine shop, that person knows everything that they have, so they can better guide you toward the region, even if it's just as simple as telling you where in the store it is, and not even going so far as to give you suggestions and pairing ideas and things like that. But knowing their inventory is so important, and that goes along with their knowledge of their inventory, and then their knowledge of regions, grapes, and all of that stuff too.
And another thing is, like, if they're honest, like when I'm at work on the floor, I go and I like front the shelves and I restock it, and that means that it's reminding me what we have, but that doesn't mean that I've tasted every single thing or that I've memorized every single wine's stories. But I have a lot of stories and I've tasted a lot of them, and I can still say to people, like, I haven't tasted it yet, but based on my wine knowledge, I know these things and I think you'll be happy. Here's why, or something. So like, people who are making an effort, like, that's the kind of wine place to go to.
Absolutely.
And that's a
totally
great point you've made of how to talk to someone. Just like, you know what, I haven't tasted that. Instead of just saying like, oh yeah, it's good. Why is it good? Oh yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
I always say it's good at the end.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, you say it's good at the end, but you have some other things that you say to back it up.
Exactly.
You're knowledgeable, so you can say some other things. Not just like, oh, it's good. Or yeah, get that.
Exactly.
Why can't I get it? No, just get it.
Yeah. I haven't tasted this Pinot Noir yet, but I know that this region is known for like this thing. And if you like a lighter bodied wine with maybe like an earthier floral component, you'll probably be happy. Like, there something, you know? So something
Look
like
at that. Perfect. And so my next question to you guys is, where do you go if you don't necessarily need a whole bottle, but you need a decent glass of wine for a decent price? Where do you go? Tanisha, let's start with you.
When I need a decent say this again. What?
If you want a decent glass of, you want a good glass of wine for, and you're on a budget, where are you going? Say you got $20.
Oh my God, I can go anywhere. For $20, I can buy a bottle.
Oh,
20, that's like
$10. You got all right. You got €10. Where are you going?
For 10, I can go to a place up the street and get 50 centiliters. So that's like maybe a half a bottle.
Wow.
Oh, and not even half. A full bottle is 75 centiliters. So what they do is they'll have a small one called a pichet. So it's kind of like a little carafe. And then you can get that. I have gotten that on my own. It's a place up the street that does happy hour. It's 50 centiliters for €5.
What?
Is everyone just drunk all the time?
No, they actually aren't. They don't overdo
They're
it.
so
They'll
used
do
to
I
it.
know.
Yeah.
they'll
We
do like
would
2
go and be
glasses
drunk
be
all
like,
the
"I'm done."
time.
I mean,
Yeah.
I am drunk all the time.
He'll do
Not
like 2
literally
glasses
all
and
the
that's done.
time, but
Okay, so Tanisha, back to you. So
sorry.
I'm like, for 20, I could get a pichet and some cheese and a meat
I was
plate.
about to ask what you eat. So if you have 10 euro, let's cut it in half. You got 10 euro. You go to your place, you get a pichet, and what do you get to eat? How much does that cost?
I could probably get a small cheese plate, and that might be like 5 or 6, 7.
Mm. And that comes with bread?
I'm jealous.
Oh, yeah. I mean, everything
So
comes
jealous.
with bread. If you sit down, you just get bread.
So jealous.
And then the one place when you were here, that place I took you with the really good
with
bread
the butter?
and the butter,
Yes.
Damn for that place.
And everyone's glamorous and they're all skinny, and
I came home and threw out all the margarine, and we eat real butter now. Of course, it doesn't taste the same, but that butter was life-changing.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
And now I'm even learning that they take the butter as seriously as they do the cheese. And there's like raw milk butter, and then it's different kinds of made from cows that eat different things and graze in different parts of the land and the pastures. I have a friend here that put me on the different kinds of cheeses and butter. She's like, no, you got to get the raw milk butter and then try this kind of butter. I'm like, wait, so we're doing what now?
Crazy.
So I'm about to be doing butter tastings. So
all right, well, what about you? Where's like your favorite happy hour or something?
So happy hour is hard for wine. Can we just admit that?
A happy hour is hard for who?
For wine.
Oh, for you? It's hard in Silver Spring?
In Silver Spring, I think in general, like there's a lot of good happy hours, right? Mm-hmm. But a lot of times, like the wine on the happy hour, unless it's a wine specific place, with happy hour, I'm kind of like meh. And so I end up like doing happy hour cocktails and things like that. I feel like they're better for the happy hour price. But if I'm out and about and I want like wine happy hour, okay, Cork Wine Bar has like wine happy hour, and they have like decent wine. And then like I've gone to happy hour a bunch at Tico at like 14th. I like Tico. The wine is like okay for happy hour. Like I've had worse, but I just think their happy hour is good. My gosh, I have so many things written down. And then like for cocktails, the Passenger has like a really good happy hour. Yeah. But in general, I don't do a lot of wine at happy hour unless it's like wine specific, because I know I'll be disappointed and I end up like doing beer, especially if they have like local beer or like cocktails.
Well, that's good that you like beer. That's a nice option for you.
I need
beer
to.
Is always cheaper.
I like, so my partner like really likes beer, so, and then of course I'm the one, because I'm working in the industry, that I go and read the book, and now I'm telling him about beer, and he's like, oh, I just like it, and I'm like, okay, well, I need to understand the aromas, because I'm like obsessed with beverages, I guess. Or like why this beer is this way.
For me, I discovered a place that I really like, and their happy hour is 7 days a week, and it's called Mandu. What? Yeah, it's called Mandu, and it's a Korean spot, and they have $5 wings and all sorts of stuff. And their wine is decent. I get a nice Gruner there on a happy hour.
What? Gruner happy hour? Okay. Well, excuse me. That was awful.
City Winery has half price bottles on Wednesdays, which is nice.
Really?
That's great. Go anywhere. And then Belga Cafe, Belgian restaurant in DC, has $6 wines, and they usually have, on certain days, they'll have like half price mussels and fries, so it's a really good deal. I could go on, but those are my 3. And I also wanted to bring up Corkish Fees. So not many people know what a corkage fee is or what to do about it or how to handle it and all that. But corkage fee is something a restaurant charges you when you want to bring your own wine. And there is a list. Most restaurants in DC either have a corkage fee from $25 to $50, either per bottle or per table, or they limit it to 2. They have a bunch of rules depending on the restaurant, but a lot of them, a handful of them, will have free corkage fees on certain days.
Oh.
Belga Cafe is one of those. They have free corkage fees on Wednesdays also. And Le Grenier, also on H Street, that's a French restaurant. They have free corkage fees on Sundays. So, but yeah, it would be best if you're thinking about bringing a bottle to a restaurant to call first, because not everybody has it and not everybody knows what it is. So, and then there are some little etiquette rules that you should go by. Like you should let your sommelier taste it. It should be a reasonable bottle of wine. Like don't bring a $7 bottle of wine to dinner at a restaurant. It's going to offend some people. Don't bring a Pathé Red to dinner.
I didn't even know that you could bring your own wine to restaurants in DC.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can.
Some people I've heard mark up the wine with their regular markup and then include a corkage fee in the price of the wine on the list if you're ordering off the list. I don't know if everyone does that, but I've heard that that's sometimes included.
Wait, say that again?
I have heard that some restaurants, their own wine list, so if you're not bringing your own, that they have whatever their markup is, and then they will add a corkage fee into that as well that you see in the final price.
Yeah.
And some places,
yeah, that's shady.
Some places like where I work, we have a retail markup on the wine, so we have a corkage fee to drink it there. But it's still a good value.
How much is the corkage fee there?
$5.
What?
It's $5 just to drink it there because it's just a regular retail markup. So you just have to add a little something.
That's nice.
But the point is, it's like a curated list. Like there's someone picking all those wines for a reason. And
like for instance, at O-Line, they're a wine shop and there's a cafe in the back.
Oh yeah,
but their corkage fee is $25 per bottle
of their own wines.
Of their own wines
that
they
the
sell,
shop, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so that's kind of like us, yeah.
Yeah, but it's just a lot more expensive.
Yeah.
So, interesting, huh?
But I don't mind paying corkage. Like, I don't mind paying for wine at a restaurant if it's not like a generic list. Let's put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
But I know I can usually guess how much the wholesale is because I've been doing this for like a couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll still, if it's something I'm interested in trying, I'll pay it. But if you just have like Bogle, which I'll buy Bogle from. Bogle is great because it's in every grocery store and it's still family owned.
Yeah.
But I'm not buying that at a restaurant. Sorry.
No, you make a good point. Any other tips for people on buying wine on a dime, on a budget?
If you're on a budget, but it's more than $15 and you're at a restaurant, get the second most expensive wine. Usually the cheapest wine on the list is the most marked up, and it's probably helping them to get something else on the list, which is what they're interested in.
Great point. Great point. So that wraps up our topic for the show. Now we're concluding the show with our random and not so rapid questions. First question. What is your favorite type of taco?
What are the options?
Oh, whatever one you like.
But like hard shell, soft shell?
It's
you. It's all up to you. Yeah. What do you want?
Isn't it like picking a favorite child or something?
Not to me.
How are you supposed to pick a favorite taco when there's so many good tacos?
Since I can't get tacos, I'm like literally any taco would be great right now.
You can't get tacos there?
No, it's a crepe.
Right.
It's a crepe.
Right. Or it's a French taco, which is really a burrito, and they put French fries inside of it.
What?
What? Oh,
girl, I want you to just Google French taco.
I like their wine, but that is a step too far for me.
Comes up. It is a full entire abomination. I want you to Google French taco.
Why do you live in this country?
To be horrified.
Move to Barcelona. They have wine and better food, from what I hear.
Oh, it is. You know what it looks like? It looks like a something from Taco Bell, like a gordita or something. It has or a panini or something.
Also known as not a taco.
It looks very weird. Huh, look at that.
I've heard of sandwiches with French fries in them, which sounds good.
Yeah, and those are fine.
I've had that in Paris too, and they're bomb.
Those are bomb.
Wait, and what y'all call those kebabs, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
But I thought that those sandwiches were like a southern thing, but I have no idea.
I've also had those in Chicago, but it was like where Guy Fieri went in Chicago and had the big ass sandwich with the fries. Beef? Yeah. Well, mine wasn't beef. Mine was turkey, but I ate it. It was bomb. It was good.
Was it dipped in juice?
Oh, sorry.
No, I mean, I was also in my 20s, so I was skinny and I could eat things like that and not feel bad. Now
I want to go to his restaurant that everyone hated in New York just for, giggles. I don't know why. I'm curious. He seems nice.
Would you go and talk shit about it, or you want to experience it?
Probably both. I don't necessarily think the critics are right about everything,
Sure.
Like wine critics are not right about everything.
Oh, so yeah.
Why would restaurant critics be right about everything?
Yeah. Okay, so Tanisha's taco is any type of taco. William, you have a favorite taco?
You really don't have a taco, Tanisha?
All of them. I mean, I actually prefer soft shell.
Yeah.
But anything in it.
Soft shell at a restaurant, hard shell at home. But I feel like from what I've read, the hard shell is not authentic, but it's like what I grew up with at home. So like that's what I make when I make like my American version. But yeah, it's like picking a favorite child. But I'll tell you all what I wrote down, because I was like, oh, I like mushroom tacos. Oh, I like this other one I tried. I like this other one. But what I wrote down was nopales. The tacos with like the little marinated grilled cactus inside.
Oh, those are good. Yeah, those are good. I love fish tacos. Any way you give them to me, whether it's I do like soft corn tortillas. But I really like fish tacos. I like when they grill mahi and add some I don't know, mango or pineapple or something on it. Oh God,
sounds good.
So good. And I like basic fried fish taco, like fried cod or something. I like those too.
It's good.
But yeah, fish tacos are my fave.
Can
all right,
we
next.
just say that tacos are good?
Yes. Yeah.
I think we can agree on that. Yes. I think we can all agree on that. Yes.
If you guys didn't write about wine, what would you be, or blogging or whatever, or in the industry, what industry would you be blogging or be in?
Who's gonna go first?
I can go. I would probably be blogging. I think I might have gone into fashion.
Ooh.
Yeah, I used to be a little stylish back in the day. So I think I would have gone into fashion blogging.
Your picture is very stylish, the one on the screen.
Yeah.
Why, thank you. Yeah, so I think I would have gone into that. Mine's more fun, but clothes would have been kind of cool too. Yeah, I think I would have done fashion.
Probably a lot of free wine in fashion, I would guess.
Probably
a lot of free drugs too.
I mean,
no.
That doesn't sound.
Do I watch too much TV?
Maybe.
Okay. All right.
It doesn't sound so bad. Free wine, free drugs. People spiral out of control, but a lot of them come back to us.
They do.
Not all of them, but that's that's their business.
Oh my God. Well, what about you?
I wrote down, because the original question, no, sorry, I can't give the secret insider notes that we were supplied with in advance. I was thinking if I didn't like write about wine, I'd probably write about social justice and local politics, because those are like, people may not know this, but when I'm not working in wine, I tend to be involved in like local politics and like attempt to care about social justice, in part because I'm kind of like, I feel like growing up and being in the LGBTQ community, and then seeing that there's like a lot of people who are not represented in a lot of things for whatever reason, that those types of things are something to care about. So I feel like I do that a little bit with the wine. I'm like, hey, there are people in wine who are not represented. I feel like I try to do that a little bit. So
nice. That's great.
And maybe if I had finished college, I would work like with like homeless youth or something at a nonprofit. I don't know, something like that, but they won't hire me.
They won't hire you because you don't have a degree.
I didn't finish college. But here's the thing. You finish college. Well, maybe they would hire me. But I'm thinking if you finish college and then you get a job like that, like it might be rewarding, but they probably don't pay more than the wine industry anyway. So
yeah. This is true.
You know?
This is true.
One of my 2020 things is to be more open and honest about like, I didn't finish school or whatever, because I feel like it's kind of a voiceless group of people, especially in this area.
Interesting. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's a very good answer.
A lot of people don't finish and they find some kind of job, but
yeah.
like, I grew up in Northern Virginia, so I feel like growing up in the DC area, there's a lot of people who move to the area who are very like college, Yale, whatever, like they're snooty.
Yeah. I don't think that's just this area. I just think it's that generation, or the generation that raised us. I don't know how old you are. I can't assume, but the generation that raised me and Tanisha, they're like, "Oh, you go to school."
Right.
Well, my parents wanted me to. I tried to.
Yeah.
No, but I just mean there's a lot of like highly educated people who move here and let you know.
Oh, sure. That too. Yeah.
But all of my like best friends actually grew up somewhere in the DC area. So like obviously there are.
Yeah. And I'm a little happy that they're moving away from that now. We're starting to have, I've been reading about people having conversations about not forcing kids to go to school, because it's not the answer for everybody. It's not the solution for everyone. So they don't incur all of this debt and then still lost, you know. But anywho,
that's what I realized, that a lot of people weren't making any more money than me and they had a lot of debt.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a whole nother conversation.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no. It's fine. It's fine.
All of these things like merge together for me.
It's life,
I guess because I'm so like public. I don't know.
Sure. That makes sense.
It's really weird. I've had people contact me and tell me like, oh, like, thank you. You know, like it's good to see people represented in the wine industry or whatever. It's very heartwarming.
Yeah. But I have a question. Are you going to do your list? You know how I do my list of Black people in wine every February? Are you going to do your list?
So I had wanted to, I want to do more stuff involving like the LGBT community in wine, because I've gotten in touch with so many people around the world and the country that are like, I work in the wine industry and I'm LGBTQ.
Sure.
And like, I wanted to do it last year, but I didn't plan ahead enough to do it for, I think October is like LGBTQ History Month. So I didn't plan ahead enough. But this year I have enough time to do it.
It takes some effort, believe it. It does take some effort.
It all takes effort. I spend sometimes like so many hours on one post. It's ridiculous. It's kind of an obsession, but yeah. But no, this year I have enough time. I could do it for like Pride Month in June.
Oh yeah, that'd be
get the interviews out there.
Oh, that'd be really nice.
I have people lined up to interview.
Yeah.
I just want to raise awareness and say like, look, these people are writing. These people are your Psalms. These people are here. Like, I don't know.
That's great. I'm looking forward to seeing it. For me, if I wasn't writing and involved in wine, I'd probably be writing about either food or TV and movies.
I love TV.
So, yeah.
My
That's
other
I
a
can
problem.
absolutely see that.
Yeah.
Netflix has become a full problem for me.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. That's crazy. I even watch bad stuff just to make sure.
listen,
To confirm that it's bad.
Some stuff I watch, I'm like, you can't. And then I can't
Yeah.
start something and not finish it.
Oh.
So
It depends on how bad it is. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Some stuff.
I
is really
sometimes
bad.
click out of something.
Yeah.
I'm like, nope, this is terrible.
Yeah. Yeah. What was your first apartment like?
Oh my God. Who should go first?
Tanisha, you go first.
First apartment, like as an adult?
When
my college apartment,
Yeah.
I had an apartment in college. That was nice. I had a roommate, 2-bedroom, 2-bath. It was North Carolina, so it wasn't expensive.
Yeah.
Girl, we had a
Nice.
fireplace, a
What?
washer and dryer. Girl, it was nice.
That's crazy.
Of course, we had no money for like real logs, so we were like throwing newspaper in there and old notebooks. Like,
Wait,
that part
you're in
was
North
great.
Carolina. Does it even get cold there? You don't need a fireplace.
Not
in North
really,
Carolina.
but
It
wouldn't
got
know
a
that.
little chilly, so we did that instead of turning the heat on.
Okay, yeah.
And then
I can see
also
that.
for the ambiance. I mean, come on, we in
Yeah.
college. A
Oh, wow.
fireplace?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I love North Carolina. I have a friend that I visit there. They have a pretty good wine market in Raleigh.
North Carolina reminds me of Bowie, Maryland.
Mm-hmm. I could see that.
Like
I mean,
chain
even though-
stores, chain restaurants. You got to drive everywhere.
Yeah, we did.
That's so funny. Going to visit in Raleigh, it reminded me of basically Fairfax County if it was all one city.
Mm. Okay.
Basically, it's like a giant suburb. Like you said, you have
Yeah.
to drive everywhere.
Yeah.
Unless you're like right downtown.
Yeah. Yep. What about you, Will? What was your first apartment like?
My first apartment, like by myself, was not really by myself. It was a room in an apartment with other people, and the building was literally right next to the Beltway. I could see it from my window.
Oh my gosh.
And I don't know, it was not really that bad. Like I can't complain. It's not some Manhattan level like nastiness. I can only imagine.
Yeah. My first
We live in a
apartment.
gutter for what that costs in Manhattan.
The first apartment I lived in without a parent was in college, but it was like off campus apartments. So they were owned by university. So they were owned by Morgan State. Oh gosh, they were so shitty, y'all. We had really bad rodents. It was, I mean, this is Baltimore. And it was the worst. It was the worst apartment I've ever lived in. I stayed there for a year. I toughed it out. I mean, I was poor. What are you going to do? They can't move me. So I had to tough it out for a year. That was my very first apartment. And it was a 2-bedroom with 4 people. So, yeah.
Once upon a time, we looked at houses in that area. There are like a lot of nice old houses, but we didn't look at any apartments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure things have changed now.
I have no idea.
Changed a great deal now. That was many moons ago. But yeah, that sucked. Anyway, next question. What were you doing exactly 1 week ago?
I can't remember.
Did you check your Instagram?
No.
That should tell you.
I didn't check my Instagram, actually.
That's what I did.
Let me see, 1 week ago.
So that was January 2nd.
Yeah, well, probably sleep.
Nice.
Probably sleep.
I was like trying not to be hungover or something.
Yeah, I don't even know why I looked. Yeah, I was asleep.
For me, everybody was going back to work, so I was and I was still I was still on vacation, so I was, I don't know, taking baths, burning candles, binging Private Practice because that's on Netflix now. So yeah, I think that's what I was doing.
I don't know. I don't remember what I was even watching.
I watched so much over that Christmas break. Oh my God. I think I went through like 4 series.
Me too.
It runs together, and then I can't remember which show is which. I'm like, I have a problem.
Yeah. Same. Last question. What was the last thing you bought from a farmer's market?
Well, when I saw you at the farmer's market, I was buying a ton of booze and like a little bit of produce. I was like, wow, this is terrible.
And I didn't know you bought so much stuff, so I wanted to know because I saw some of your pictures.
Yes. I got like absinthe and gin and cider.
The Silver Spring farmers market is bomb. There were 3 different types of tastings.
It's so good.
Yeah, it was awesome.
On Sunday, there's one in Tacoma Park, but like I don't like the clientele as much. They're a little more like prissy.
Oh, okay.
I am apparently a farmer's market connoisseur.
Yeah, I was about to buy that cider. Did you get the cider? Because it was really good.
I got one because they were like, we're new and we only have this one cider. And I was like, I want to support you.
Oh, look at you. That's so nice.
So
I got tough skin. I was like, oh, you'll be fine. I'll buy it.
I'm not gonna buy it every week.
It was really good though. I would buy it again. I would buy it the next time I saw it.
Yeah, well, yeah. I got some fermented vegetables. They were really good.
Fermented vegetables?
Curry cauliflower.
Fermented curry cauliflower.
Yeah. So
what you gonna do with that?
Oh, I just put it on top of whatever I'm eating. It's very good for my digestion.
Oh, okay. Nice.
I'm trying to balance out my wine consumption.
Oh, yeah. It's a daily struggle.
Maybe if I eat whole grains, my heart will be healthy.
So, Tanisha, like you shop at farmers markets.
Yes.
Versus grocery stores.
French.
I still shop at grocery stores too.
Do you?
Because they're more convenient. Yeah. But farmers markets, I definitely do those once a week.
Okay.
Once every other week. Yeah. For vegetables, and it also helps me know like what is in season, because that's a big thing here of buying things that are in season. And who knew that before? I did.
So they actually taste good.
Can you?
Oh my gosh, so good! But
can you do a video the next time you go to your farmer's market?
Okay, I'll try to do one. I have to be in a certain neighborhood. Certain neighborhoods, I'm not pulling my phone out.
Oh, okay. No, I understand because you took us to one. Yeah.
Yeah. That
question for you, Tanisha. Have you been? I heard about this grocery store that's like all like it's French, but it's all like frozen, but apparently it's like good frozen.
Oh my God, I love that place. Picard.
Is it actually like? Does it actually taste decent?
Yes, I shop there all the time.
Didn't you do a video out of that store?
Not salty.
I probably did a video. I probably have done a video out of there. Or could do it again. Like, and definitely hung out there in the summer when it was like 102 degrees. I'm like, no, I'm just gonna walk around in here. Like, ma'am, can we help you? Nope, I'm good. I don't need it.
Is it not salty? Overly salty?
Not at all. No, nothing here is overly salty. So
I feel like I just belong in France, but I want to live amongst like Swedish people because they don't talk to you unless they know you, and that's how I want to be.
Do French people talk to you?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I think you'd be good.
I thought that they were more friendly because they're like Romance language or whatever.
No, I didn't get that.
They're not that friendly.
But if you know them, they're friendly, right?
Once you get to know them, but like that takes forever.
Oh, okay. But where's the middle ground? Because, okay, I like I lived for 1 year in Rockville, and like I couldn't stand it. And being back in Silver Spring after living in Silver Spring for like several years, people walking by will like say hi to you even when it's dark, which is nice and friendly. But I sometimes get tired of like the fake American thing where it's like, hi, how are you? But no one means it. I'd rather people just be quiet sometimes.
Oh, so here you speak. That's formal. It's not nice. So like they're formal, but it's not like a continued conversation. Like you walk in somewhere and you got to give them the bonjour, but like they're not saying anything else to you.
Because, okay, but I guess why I like that because like in American culture, I like if people start talking to me, I want to start talking to them, and then they're like, "Why are you still talking?" I was just being like,
"Oh yeah."
And
I'm like, "Oh, because I thought we could be friends." Sorry. Like,
no, and I get it, and now that annoys me when I come back home. I'm like, why? And people are like, hey, how's it going? How you doing? I'm like, I don't want you talking to me. Or in the restaurant, it's really bad. Like, stop coming to the table. I don't need anything else. Like, leave me alone. I don't want any more water. I got napkins. I'm good. Get away from me.
Oh, y'all know what annoys me? When you go to a bar and you in a bad mood and all you want to do is drink and not talk to anybody, but the bartender is talking.
Oh, I'm probably that bartender sometimes. But
I think you can get a feel for.
I try to pick up on
doesn't want to talk. Yeah, that.
Sometimes they don't.
Get a kind of vibe for it.
Yeah.
Same with Uber drivers.
Oh like, my God.
I want to sit back here, be quiet.
Oh my God.
I want to talk.
Gosh,
especially here. I don't always want to have this full conversation with you in French.
Like, you know, you can put a note. You can put a note when you call your Uber driver. You can put a note and say that you don't want to talk. I don't know if it'll work or not, but I read an article about having that option where you can put that.
Feels so impolite though.
Yeah.
I want to be nice to them because they're driving me somewhere and they could kill me, you know?
Yeah, they could.
They could
literally drive you anywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, what if they go off route? I'm like, excuse me, I wouldn't take that road. It's not a taxi. You know, it's different.
Oh my gosh. God. Well, this was so fun, Will. Thank you so much for joining us.
Well, you're welcome. I had fun. I could be weird for another hour, but I'm sure you all are tired.
We're all weird. Seriously.
Weird, funny, weird. I don't know.
Tell everybody where they can follow you.
Well, I actually changed my Instagram name to @sipqueer instead of the Quirk Queer, and I was thinking like I could be like I'm formerly known as the Quirk Queen. But I thought because I used to post about cocktails and stuff, and I want to do like more of that because I really find it fun. I don't know about it that name encompassed better like what I was doing.
That makes sense.
So I changed it. But yeah.
Sip queer. It does roll off the tongue.
And yeah, because I think the Quirk Queer is like ka. It's like harsh.
Okay.
So I'm a little bit of a linguistics nerd. I like to read about that kind of stuff like in my free time. And also like another shameless plug. I was looking on Facebook and I need to find the person who suggested this, but I finally did it. I started a Facebook group for LGBTQ people who are
that's great.
Wine workers, wine bloggers, so that they can network and like help each other get jobs and like talk about
that's so awesome.
Microaggressions.
That is so great.
Whatever they need to get off their chest.
Love it. I love that.
Shameless plug. Yeah.
Plug away. That's awesome. Great job. Well, that wraps up the show, guys. Don't forget to follow us on all social media at Swirl Suite. Follow Girl Meets Glass. Find me up. Also, Vino Noir and Vino 301. Cheers and Happy New Year again.
Cheers.
Cheers. Happy